I'm good. Just been working, family, recent job change. That's
Right.
been great. It's balancing out the family dynamic. Um, Job change was great because I've been doing something different. Essentially the same category, but just doing the work is a little different. But my main focus is always just people development, so that's always something that keeps me engaged.
Facts.
And
Facts.
while doing what I'm doing now, it's allowed me to be a little bit more present at home,
Okay.
which is important in my opinion. As the head of my household, the leader of my family, I think it's important to be present and be involved to balance things out for my wife and my daughter. So
That's a dope sentiment. I can even agree, bro. I think I'm at a point in life where my whole emphasis is just balance.
yeah,
Because yeah, as a
100%.
man, you got to wear many hats. You know what I mean? Shoot, where you at with it, Lloyd?
Shit, just traveling,
Facts.
laid
Lloyd about to
back,
travel.
chilling,
Living
making
the good
money.
life.
Uh, yeah, about to live the good life. And then after I live the good life, I'm gonna come back and terrorize y'all. Yeah, I ain't done with y'all yet. Shit, y'all too fun.
Yeah. Who kept you in the second place?
The who?
The second place.
The second who got me in the second place?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Man, this guy here.
Which organization?
Oh, you talking about employment wise? Pure Vita. I'm stuck. But I said it's something to listen. So the current dude I'm working for right now is we just tight, man. I'm in a really good position. I realize one aspect of business that's imperative. It's that it, it might sound counterproductive or counterintuitive, whatever you want to call it, but if you have good relations, personal relations, I think that's the backbone to like really good business, at least like long term.
Bro,
Like,
that's the backbone of life. Think about why we're here. It's because our relationship.
yeah,
That's
facts.
it. It's
You're
nothing
right.
else.
You're right.
There's nothing
But
else.
see, with business, it's funny because you just wouldn't. Maybe, and it's personal experience. That's where I'm at with it now. It's like now I can make money, but I'm doing it amongst people that I have a higher affinity for, and it makes the whole process smoother. You know what I mean? It makes
Agree.
it's not corporate, and I'm down with it.
Yeah,
You know,
100%.
so yeah,
100%. I agree. The best deals are done with people that you respect and you have a rapport with.
yeah,
Yeah, and you and Chewy got a good report. You
yeah,
know, if you fall on hard times, Chewy will throw you a bone and everything, get
yeah.
you right back up. Most jobs will be like, "Oh, you better make it to work today, or you fired."
True. Very true.
Real shit.
Very true.
Chewy ain't gonna do that to you.
That's facts. Facts. That's facts.
Cause like Lee said, you build a good report. You know.
Well, well, shoot, we gonna roll into it, fellas.
All right. Well,
Yeah, officially, I thought this was dope. Just something to kick. So I'm a big R&B head, and so the channel should know this at this point. We all dwell in music, right?
Yeah.
So let's keep it a buck. If you had to say a queen of R&B, we just gonna throw some names out there. Queen of R&B. Who comes to mind?
What do Beyonce do? Pop or R&B?
her early music was more R&B. It's lean heavier pop as of recent, in my opinion. Like more pop than anything, I would say. Not like super pop, not like Taylor Swift type pop, I would say. But I don't think she's as core as R&B anymore. Just my opinion. I think back to the R&B records I like from Beyonce, they're more from the early 2000s.
So give me like Queen. Give me like three R&B singers that are females.
Like I can't.
Cause
I'm
going
gonna.
with
She
Beyonce.
her catalog isn't crazy, but she has some great duets with my favorite R&B artist, and that's Kiki Wyatt.
Who has it? Who?
Avant. Kiki
Avant.
Wyatt.
No. I know who Kiki Wyatt. Who has duet?
Her.
You're saying she has. I got you.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
She has some some of my favorite duets is
Okay.
with Avant. He's my favorite R&B
Yeah.
artist. Very underrated in my opinion, without question. But Kiki
I,
Wyatt. Huh?
Go ahead. My fault.
No, you're good. No. Kiki Wyatt comes to mind just because she has an amazing voice.
Yes.
It's hard for me to. I feel like I'd be throwing her name in just because she is who she is. Whitney Houston, but she's not really R&B to me. But she
Well,
has such.
if you'd have
she's
said
Whoa,
soul
whoa.
music,
She's
Whitney.
not. She's not really R&B to me. Like
Yeah,
I don't
she-
know any R&B records that's like that's
You know,
you know what I mean. Like it's nothing I can point out.
she like soul.
I would say she has a soulful voice, but she leaned into the pop aspect of things. Like I'm trying to think like who
Whitney.
Mary J. Blige. How did I not think about Mary J?
I mean, I do think
Mary
she's
J.
the unofficially crowned. She for the
I
longest.
don't know if there's anybody better.
Yeah.
As far as catalog, as far as really pouring her soul into the records, like the best record
What about Keisha Cole?
Oh my god!
You know,
Oh, so listen,
she was
Keisha Cole's up there.
she was creeping up there for a minute. She had a
100%.
chance to.
She
Yeah.
had a nice run, man. I love me some Keisha. My wife does not like Keisha Cole.
Oh,
She thinks Keisha Cole can't sing. When theoretically she cannot sing. She's not a singer.
Powerful
Hey,
voice.
hey,
She's
Powerful voice, but
I don't know what y'all talking about. In King of Diamonds, she was just at King of Diamonds singing loud.
I'm telling you, man. There's people who can sing, and then there's people who can sing.
She can sing.
She ain't a singing person. She can sing.
Oh, she can sing.
She is the equivalent, not the equivalent. Let me not say that. Like I had to come to this realization. Like Omarion can't really sing.
Yeah.
He can sing, but he can't sing. That's what I'm trying to say.
you had to
does
come
seem
to
like
that.
Chris Brown.
Really?
Bro, listen, but I grew up on Omarion, so it's like I'm not a person who really paid that much attention to that because I'm not. You know what I mean? That's whatever. I was more. He was a great dancer, great performer.
Yeah.
Like I was in that era of Omarion, so I appreciated his music. Like he had a nice run, and it really took for the versus Mario for me to be like, oh, Omarion really can't sing, bro. Like, like I was confused.
Let's be honest though, Lee. Keisha Cole is better than Mary J. Blige.
No,
She
I'm
is.
sorry. I'm
She
sorry.
looks better.
I
She
think-
sings better. She smells better.
I seen him sniffing something. No. I'm sorry. Looks, hey, maybe whatever, but nah. As far as Mary J got timeless records,
She does.
Keisha Cole's does too. But Mary J got the records that crosses all generations.
Well, she's transcendent
Name
for the
me
genre.
one Mary
'cause
J. Blige song. 'Cause I can't even think of one off the top of my head.
Be Without You. Be
Man, that was the first one. Be Without You.
Sing it.
I'm not one of those people. I'm not one of those people.
No, sing it.
I'm not
Sing
gonna lie to
it.
you. I can't. I'm not. I don't even know how the song goes. If it's on, I'm one of those people. If it's on, but if it's not on, man, listen, I'm be lost.
Nah, yeah, Lloyd, I think you off beat here,
Nah,
bro.
nah,
I think
Keisha
you
Cole,
off, man.
Hey man, you lost, man. It's 2 versus 1.
Keisha Cole. That don't mean nothing.
No, you're right. No, but I'll give you that. I'm not mad at that argument, and she did have a run where it's worthy of the conversation in some regards, but I don't think it's that close. If that makes sense.
Okay, I'm gonna throw out a few names here. I think Alicia Keys should get some love.
Man, how about forget about Alicia Keys,
God,
man?
yeah,
I think Alicia Keys should
man.
get some love.
Keys, yeah.
You Don't Know My Name is one of my favorite records from her.
It's a classic. Her
Oh my
her
gosh.
first 2 albums, third a little questionable, are R&B classics. You can just let the track list go, and no,
What
Yeah,
about
that third-
Mariah Carey R&B? Or is she like pop?
She's pop.
R&B.
but she,
I don't know an R&B record from her. Like I can't think of one that like really sticks out as R&B to me.
Well, that's where.
Why are you so obsessed with me?
Nah,
That's
not
more
really.
pop
That's
to me.
still kind of poppy.
Yeah. That's not
That shit
R&B.
fire.
R&B is more. It's a little slower. The tempo's different. Well, it's basically the same thing, but the tempo's different. You know what I mean? Pop records to me are just they're up tempo. They're like they feel like they're R&B, but they lean towards that upbeat vibe, in my opinion.
They are formulated. They use it's like infusions or like the elements they have are hip hop and R&B, but it's
You know what it is? And I'm sorry to cut you off. I had to say this before I forgot. The reason that we're saying these particular artists is because the lyrics are within the R&B. Like they are built within the R&B message, but the music in itself and the instrumentation behind it isn't R&B. Because that's what I'm thinking about. Like some of the records that we're talking about, like Beyonce records, they have R&B type themes in them, but the music isn't R&B. So I don't know if that technically counts. I wouldn't count it as that. You know what I mean? Like what's a good record for great example for that? Who were you just talking about?
cool Kiki White or
No, you know what? Think of Taylor Swift. I don't know how much you know about her music.
Oh, I
But
love Taylor Swift.
A lot of her music's about
We
breaking
belong
up.
together.
yeah.
Yeah, breaking up, the relationship stuff, right? That's a lot of her. I would say it's 90% of her music,
Yeah.
in my opinion. But it's not the music behind it. The instrumentation behind it isn't based in R&B, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I don't think any of us confuse Taylor Swift with an R&B artist.
But if you think about the lyrics and what's behind it, is traditional R&B. Some of the greatest R&B records about breaking up, getting together.
You know, you have an interesting angle. It's the same way because I say that because like when you talk about the lyrics, the thing about R&B is about its expression of emotions, love, life, all of that, right? So I understand where you're coming from with that, but it's still, as much as it is R&B, it's still more country. It's still more country, and you have to make that distinction because
Nah, you can't say Taylor Swift country. It's an insult to country, right? Because
she is, bro. I'm telling you, man.
no. I'm saying like
Miley
that's not
Cyrus is country.
that's not country. I'm gonna tell you, it's really not because you'll have a lot of people who are diehard country fans that'll be like, "This she's not country." Taylor Swift is more pop than anything. Probably because of her background and how you may receive the music, it may comes off as country, but it's not considered country. Like if that makes sense. Like what is the guy? What's the African American male that came out this year that was doing country music? He had that song.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, that guy. He's more country than Taylor Swift.
That shit fire.
No, it's a good song. It's a good song,
That
100%.
shit fire.
Yeah.
He was ready, man.
Yeah.
I don't know that guy name.
He was,
man. I'm not gonna
he
lie.
was- he was in the club the other day. Listen to it. That's what.
I was good.
But yeah, that's more country than what Taylor Swift does, in my honest opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Culture. I get what you're saying.
Because I think again, I don't know her catalog like that. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I do. But what I know of her catalog,
It's deep.
it's more relationship based stuff. Like
I
it's
know
more
her
relationship based
catalog.
stuff, and it's very much not leaning towards that country vibe. It's leaning more pop heavy.
But see, to me, I hear what you're saying. You have the subject matter, the content of the song, but you
Yeah.
also have the feel. Look, Ashanti, when she first dropped, this is an R&B darling now. They was trying to crown her too. It's the feel of the music. What's the one?
Talking about the Foolish.
Yes.
Bro, how you gonna say what's the one? That's one of the most classic records of all time.
But what I'm
R&B
saying
records
is
all
it's
the
not
time.
enough. It's don't get it twisted. I understand what you're saying, what she's talking about, but then it's the
Ashanti made What's the Love with Ja Rule, right?
Yeah.
no, she had man. She
You know
she got-
who we forgetting?
Who?
And I can't believe we forgot her. Like she is, man. What the kids say? Chef's kiss.
Kids say.
What's that name? Jennifer Lopez. Bro, I'm joking.
I was about to articulate that. I was like,
Kid's face
I was
like-
confused. I was confused. I got.
Jennifer Lopez.
Yo, she's terrible. But no, I'm serious. She's really bad.
You threw me for a loop there, bro. I went in overload mode. You saw it too on my face.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know.
Processing.
Oh man, but no, she is really bad. But Ashanti's a good one.
I
She's
think
not-
so, man.
Me and my wife had this battle. We not battle. We would go back and forth. We'll do our own imaginary verses, and she said Ashanti would wipe Keisha Cole, and I was like, ah. And, you know they did do a verses, right? And it was like,
Yeah, they did.
they did the verses.
They definitely did.
And we had this conversation before the verses went down. I said Keisha Cole would win. You know, I said I think she could get by.
But Ashanti was wilding though, bro.
Ashanti got them hits. Ashanti got them hits.
She got hits.
She got them hits. But Keisha Cole got them them heartstring pull songs.
And I know what Lee's saying now, because when they was doing that verses, Ashanti was really singing.
Exactly.
She
Like
was
I would.
hitting.
Ashanti's a better singer than Keisha Cole without question. Just based off of that back and forth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, y'all are confusing me now, man.
How
Well,
so?
all right. Well, where does Aaliyah fall in this, man?
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I ain't never
Y'all
been-
joking.
I ain't never been a fan.
Yeah, I think this might be an age thing at this point. Yeah, this is an age thing, dog.
I ain't never
You
been
gotta
a fan.
understand, man. Yeah, she was on the ascent, and she still has hits to the like. Yeah, you can't have the R&B queen conversation without her being.
She was cool.
She was alright, man. I
That's
think
cool,
she's
bro.
overrated. man.
She was cool.
Overrated.
Bro, that's how I
See.
feel. Listen, granted, it's not my time. I didn't live in that period. But I will tell you this. People around her and the people in that period, I appreciate their music just as much as everybody else. So it's not about a disconnect from their generation. Like, my favorite, and I don't care what nobody's saying, he gonna be performing at my wedding. R. Kelly is my guy.
Facts.
Right? Nah, I'm joking. Low key not. But no, but seriously, like I appreciate it. I can compartmentalize. Like I don't care what Robert did. Robert.
This
R.
man done
Kelly.
made it political. Ain't no listen, bro.
Nah,
Listen,
you're right
listen.
though, because R. Kelly is a different person when he's
Listen.
on stage.
Yeah, it's completely separate in my opinion. But my point being is, like, I can appreciate his music even though I wasn't an adult or young adult when he was at his hottest or when he was at his peak in some way, shape, or form. Right? You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Like, for me, it's not a disconnect from an age thing because it's like she never really hit like me. I never really, from a man aspect, I never really was like wholehearted like, oh, she's super attractive. She was cool. I'm just saying she was cool. It's like, you know what I mean?
Man, you have some interesting
I'm just
angles,
telling you,
bro.
man, she was cool. I mean, but again,
I think I'll say this with confidence. If you take all of the R&B potential crowned receivers, she is easily the most naturally beautiful one out of all of them, bro. Aaliyah is
beauty is in the eyes
perfect.
of the beholder, my guy.
boy. Then a lot of people behold that beauty. I promise you.
Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Like, I'm sorry.
This
I'm good.
man said,
I'm good.
"What?"
She's cool.
Aaliyah was
She's
stop
cool.
playing. But you know. So when I'm at work, they have
I
this.
can't have a girl built like you, my guy. She was built like you.
No,
I
well,
was telling you.
come
She
on,
was.
you bugging, bro.
She was built like you, my
No,
guy.
no, no,
Y'all
no,
the
no, no,
same.
no.
Y'all probably weigh the same. What you weigh, like 140?
Check this out. What I think it's something to be said to have the athletic. See, we've gotten away from that, bro. Like, everybody don't need to be crazy thick. See, that's what got all these.
Who said I want crazy thick? I just don't want you to look like a stick. You know? See, I did that.
I wouldn't say
Crazy stick look like a
You
stick.
being
That was a
you
bar.
being harsh,
That was a
bro.
bar. No. But listen, she wasn't like. I'm just not attracted to that body type.
Facts.
That's just not me. That's never been me to be attracted to that body type. Not saying you got to be Nicki Minaj because I'm not attracted to that either. If that makes sense. For me,
Yeah.
I always want to feel as if I'm dealing with a woman. If that makes sense. When I see a smaller woman, it feels like you're a young girl. You know what I mean? Like that's just
Man, this is a conversation for a whole.
I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you.
I'm trying to understand your mental processes, but I just don't feel that way because I think what that does is I'm gonna be very, very honest with you. I feel like that punishes women that are a little bit more. I mean, homie, like they have models. You're grown. If I feel like the more committed you are to having the athletic build / healthy build, whatever you want to call it, to where you prioritize the body fat percentage, this, that, and the third. Yeah, you're gonna have a certain that's attractive to some
But
men.
do you know that women-
Attractive to me. I'll
women-
fuck the shit out that bitch if she look good enough.
Okay.
Straight
You know,
Boy,
women
that's
do the
it,
same
bro.
thing.
Bro, Lee, them
Like, they pick and
skinny-
choose. Oh, I don't want no
Lee.
dad bod. My man got to have a 6-pack. He got to be 6 feet. They do the
But,
same
but
thing.
when he has money, that don't matter at all.
It doesn't. It does not. You're right. But they do the same thing. You know, I'm just speaking from a strictly preference aspect of like, hey, if I'm not gonna
Respect. I
Yeah, I'm not
understand
gonna
that.
turn a girl away just because of that. It's just I'm not like first glance. I'm not gonna jump to be like, oh man, like that's not gonna be me.
Yeah,
I'm gonna turn her around and bend her over.
But R&B.
y'all crazy, man.
But but to get back to the original point, I respect her talent, what she brought to the game, and her impact, even past her years. I respect that. It's just I was never like a huge fan. Like, there's no record where I was like, man, I gotta listen to this record.
What about Left Eye?
TLC, all of them getting it. All of them getting
Are we
it.
talking?
Bad.
Were we talking music or are we talking?
No, we're talking.
Okay, what we talking about?
I had to state that though, so it was not equal, bro. Every one of them getting it. Baddies.
I didn't care for her rapping ability, her style. I didn't care for it. I just didn't care for it. It's cool. You know what I mean? It's just like it didn't connect with me. Again, I'm not saying it's
For
bad.
real?
It didn't connect with me. Just
That's back when she had a unique flow. Her delivery was unique. Everything about her was. Bro, I'm telling you.
I mean, I know these are two different top players, but I was more of a fan of MC Light.
Okay.
You know, MC Light. I didn't
Yeah,
really.
She rapped like a.
You like Missy
dan-
Elliott?
Yeah.
Of course. Who
Yeah.
didn't?
See,
But-
he liked the chick dude rappers. Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
That's what that is. Foxy brown ass man. Look.
MC Light could actually rap, bro.
No, she can't.
Yeah, like she's
But I like. See,
It's
I like
lit.
my. I'm gonna tell.
light as a rock.
I'm gonna tell you who'll eat them all though. Lauren Hill. But
Nah,
not to divulge
nah.
too much. No, she would. She's the best rapper, female. Well, outside of Rhapsody. Rhapsody's better than all of them. But
Nicki Minaj.
Straight up.
See,
I'm
no,
gonna-
y'all trolling. Y'all trolling.
No, there is no troll.
Apologize.
There is no
Apologize.
There is no troll.
Nicki Minaj.
Oh, Lauren Hill. Oh, Lauren Hill.
Yeah, Nicki.
Rapping ability?
Yeah.
We're not talking about albums. Rapping ability.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Nicki
Nicki
Minaj.
Minaj.
Nicki Minaj, bro.
I
got
said
a
it with
whole
my
show
chest.
Nicki Minaj, bro. She's from Baisley. I'm jacking.
Nicki Minaj, do your Googles, my guy.
You there right.
Do
And
your
she write all
Googles.
her raps.
I promise, Nicki Minaj and Rhapsody, give her credit. And I'll be honest with you, if Rhapsody had more of a catalog and was able to compete with Nicki on a commercial success in some regard, I would give her the edge a little bit more because I love the way Rhapsody puts a song together. Like her Layla's Wisdom was one of my favorite albums.
It's classic.
From her. Not from her, just like that year. I can't remember when it would drop, but that's in my rotation to this day. Like I listen to Rhapsody heavy, just because of that. Just because of the album, I have so much respect for it. But as far as rapping ability, Nicki, without question, Nicki's better than some male rappers today. Like today,
I think that's more of that speaks more to the male rappers of today.
I guess, man.
That's not saying too
I
much.
don't know,
now,
man. I
to be
can't.
honest.
I don't know because we're not talking about the little ditties and whatever. We're talking about the guys who can really rap. Like I put her, bro.
Nah,
the top
Lee's
guys.
right. When we gotta keep in mind when people was really rapping, Nicki Minaj was in there spitting bars. Even on the Monster song,
Bro,
with Kanye
listen,
and Jay-Z.
I don't even want to go to that because that's too easy. That's too easy, right? She has some of the best remixes out there, like to songs that were popping at the time. Like, man, she. I'm telling you, Nicki's different, bro. She's different.
She's a Sagittarius. You know she's perfect.
But no, 100%, I take Nicki over that. But yeah, so who was the last? So we said Ashanti.
Keisha.
Then Keisha.
We got to come up with a consensus, man.
All right, so who? Let's go. Let's agree with one for sure. Mary J. Blige. I think we can all agree she needs to go in there.
She has to.
Yeah, 100%. The next two, in my opinion, is really tough.
How y'all feel about Ciara, real quick?
Bro, look,
no.
Ciara. I'm
Yeah.
a bitch right there.
Yeah.
Ciara is in the same breath as Omarion. She's not a singer. She's a performer.
I agree, performer, but
Yeah.
but catalog, I do feel like
She has an okay catalog.
I feel like for what she did for the A, but we did say R&B, so I'm gonna keep that in perspective. We're gonna the more R&B you are, I feel like it's gonna give you a little edge in this. So I'm gonna keep it with that perspective.
We'll do. You know what? We'll do Mary J. I think you got to throw Keisha Cole in there. Alicia Keys.
See, but I hate that we can't listen. I'm
So
a student of this.
I'm gonna go with Mary J. Blige.
Okay.
Mary's got to be
the
there. Mary's
queen of R&B.
100%.
I just want to say this though, for the record, this goes way back before we're very modern with this show. You still got Patti LaBelle. You still got what's my girl name? Aretha Franklin. We going with what we know, but that well goes deep, man. Like for real.
I only speak on things that I can give an adequate opinion on.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? Like
I'm saying,
I'm familiar with it, but can I sit here and say, hey, I'm gonna put her in my top 5 based off of the 10 songs I might know? You know what I mean? Like to me, that's a little disingenuous sometimes. Just my opinion. It only can speak for me.
I can't help but respect that, man. But you gotta understand, a lot of these queens, where they got it from, like everything evolves, dog. So
True. It's very true. Very true. Honorable mention that.
What?
But yeah, who else? Patti LaBelle, Aretha Franklin.
I really don't think anybody really getting Mary J. Blige. I'm gonna be real. No, like if we're being honest about it, she was too impactful and transcendent. The closest would have been.
She goes across so many generations. The 90s, 2000s,
yeah.
2010.
She is the R. Kelly of her genre. Yo.
That's why she's the queen of R&B.
Yeah.
No. I can't say that. The reason I give Kels the crowd is because he did his stuff and other people's stuff. Like to me, he produced and wrote so much for that genre.
Yeah.
He affected it on a level that's beyond himself. There's so many records that
he even
Charlie Wilson. My last name was Charlie. One of my favorite songs by Charlie Wilson.
Wrote that?
Yes.
That, really?
Yes. I'm Not Alone by Michael Jackson. A lot of people don't like that record, but it really was a good record though.
Yeah. How's it go? What is it called?
You are
not
alone. You are not alone. My bad. I'm tripping.
I was like, I ain't heard that one yet.
I know, right? What else? He's written a lot of records and produced a lot of records. It's like, oh, what? Kels wrote that, or you produced that? Like, yes. You gotta. And even if you go all the way, if you take it to, I'm a Flirt. with him and Bow Wow.
Yeah.
Like that, and that was 20 something odd years past his prime.
No, the man is a musical genius. But I do feel, in all fairness, I do feel like Beyonce should get a little love because I grew up
I
listening.
was
No,
just
seriously.
contemplating her, but she don't. You can't put her in no box though. Beyonce.
I can't.
First-
It's hard for me to put
That's what I'm saying. Like
It's
her, as a
hard for me to-
performer and a singer, she's vocally talented as anybody would.
vocally talented, but R&B is hard for me to like. What's the last R&B record from her?
Well, I feel like that's kind of unfair because now we're defining R&B in our own way. But if you look them up, you know, now I would say she's more on the poppy end, but she always singing in her tracks though. Family, let's keep it up. She just not as soulful.
Post
as,
Malone was rapping at the song. Does that make him a rapper?
I mean,
we can agree that Beyonce is one of the best performers.
Best performers, best
I think-
singers for sure. For me, I can't put her in the R&B category, and that's really a compliment because I don't think she's ever like really stayed there. I think the beginning of her career, she really kind of dove into that. Be Myself and I was one of my favorite R&B songs and Beyonce songs.
that's
I like Halo.
what is it? To the left,
Irreplaceable.
irreplaceable.
Yeah.
And then even stuff with Destiny's Child. So, but no, real.
Cater
Hold on,
to
size.
you.
Cater. You felt that a little.
I felt that in the soul.
Bro, I almost kneeled before her and became a part of the Beehive.
That's wild. No, side note though, best female performer.
You know why that song is so
Hip-hop performer.
impactful for me, bro? Because she's in
Her female element.
like her female element, submitting to a man. I'll
Mhm.
cater to you.
Mhm.
Bring a woman back like her. Yeah, right.
They still out there.
It is a fire
Bro,
song.
really, it's bad out here, man.
I believe you.
Right.
Listen, I tell my wife all the time. Listen, if this don't play out, bro, listen, I'm gonna retire all the way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna retire all the
Hang
way.
up your jersey like that and say, hey, I won
Hey,
already.
hey, listen, we'll just have to live together. I live on the other side of the house, hey, but this I can't. It's crazy. It's crazy in these streets.
It's too crazy. They
Crazy
be-
in these streets. Like I ain't even in here, but I just stuff I see online. I'm like, bro, it's different.
Would you allow your wife to have a guy best friend?
I know you don't know me, Lloyd.
Yeah,
I know you don't know me at all.
See, it's how you frame that. When you said aloud, that threw the whole. You know what I mean? I know. Yeah.
First of all, ain't no friends. I'll be your friend.
right.
That's where it starts. There's no new guy best friends in no way, shape, or form.
I
Really,
respect
there's
that.
no new old best friends.
What's your perception on women that are okay having guy best friends? And even if the boyfriend or husband says, hey, I don't want you to have no guy best friend, and she says you're insecure.
I think as a man, you need to leave and run away.
Why?
If you as a man make something known that you're uncomfortable with, and she tries to throw that back into your face in a negative way, because that's negative, right? Making it about I'm insecure, but I feel uncomfortable about this relationship or this situation, and you don't want to respect that, you should walk away, because it won't stop there. 9 times out of 10, a woman will continue to push that button or those buttons. It never stops there. You have to set a boundary, and that goes for the other side as well. I believe in setting boundaries. Men don't set boundaries because we're told we have to accept certain things because it's not cool to be insecure or express how you feel about something like that. If that's me, first of all, I observe any woman I would interact with before I even talk to them, like what kind of energy or what type of time they on. Because if I feel like you're gonna be on that type of time, I'm not gonna waste my time. Because if that's you on, hey, respect. You do what you do. I'm not about to deal with you because I'm on a different type of time. Like
So a lot of it just comes back to the man. Men
100%.
Men make decisions. You as a man are tasked with observing your environment well enough and being astute mentally to be able to process. My fault, yo.
Nah, you good.
So yeah, I feel that, but I will give my my surface level answer to that if I'm being honest. Yeah. He said that was negative, right? What if the guy is actually insecure? Where's that line between a man that is insecure versus one that sees it or perceives it as a respect issue?
So my response would be, if that is true, that's a conversation that needs to be had amongst them two about what that looks like, right? And he needs to, not her. it and then in that situation, then a woman should probably leave because it's not good for her. Because you can't really help somebody through insecurity.
Insecurity.
Yeah, you really can't. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do to make somebody feel better about their insecurity.
But Lee,
like that.
I wanna-
most of the time, the man is not insecure. We're men. We know exactly what his intention are. And you see, the thing is,
No. There's some guys out there be insecure about that.
But at the same time, they have a right to feel the way they feel because she knows what that man wants, and she's using that as a safety net.
So that may be true.
70 to 80%
This
of
is
women,
a- this
even
is a-
on the news, said have backup plans.
100%.
See, women won't tolerate if you got a female best friend. Even if you mention a woman in a conversation, look how fast they switch.
Very true. So I agree with you. When it comes to
Take
so
a man
there
like
there
KG.
are some guys who are legitimately insecure. I really believe that. Now, if I were to put a percentage on it, I think it's like 20-80, 20 being like insecure, 80 being like, hey, to me, it's about respect. You got to respect the relationship. You got to respect me. If I feel like this is something that I don't want to be, I don't want to bring into my world, my peace, this relationship, you got to respect that. If you can't respect that, then we're not going any further.
Well,
lot
let me
of-
ask you a question. Who you think is more insecure, men or women?
Men or women. I think
This is
think-
an easy answer. Because we don't wear makeup.
because
We don't do BBLs.
Well, hold up.
so
In mass.
I believe
He
it
said
is women,
mass.
but this is a cultural thing too. All of that stuff that you just named is a product of
the world telling them they have to be
yeah.
a
The
certain
gender
way.
roles kind of naturally evolved a certain way for people to have certain behaviors based on you being a man or woman. But truth be told, I just say women are more insecure because they naturally just are more emotional by nature, just biologically speaking, bro. Like I always say this: the gender roles. By the way, this is gonna bridge us to an upcoming episode
Yeah.
real soon. Y'all
Yeah.
stay tuned. I'm gonna say this: the gender roles naturally bled us to where we are now. It's not the other way around. Like I don't know if that makes sense, but it's almost like all these things are for a reason. They're for a reason. I don't think you should submit. Listen, on one end you have the nature of men and women, all right, in isolation. Then you also have individualism. It's like every single human being, no matter man or female, has all these character traits and stuff. So it's almost like you got to feel that thing out. That's what I think a man. You know, we learn through experience. So I say all the stuff I say through experience, man. You know what I mean?
We're over explaining something very simple. We all know women are insecure. I could say, Lee, you need to lose some weight. Are you gonna jump over the table to try to attack me? No, you probably say, let me go hit the gym and do some sit-ups. I could say you frail. You would be like, okay, let me go pump these goddamn dumbbells. A woman, I call her fat. Oh, you gay. Oh, I will hit you. All types of shit.
That woman been probably told her whole life.
That's most women
That
though.
hold on, that woman probably been told
Yeah.
her entire life
I
that
think-
she was. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Kay was about to say it. They're put in an environment where they're forced to be insecure because they're forced to look at themselves in the mirror all the time, whether because of family, whether because of the people, the males that they like, or their father, or whatever it may be. Right? My honest opinion, if a woman can't go throughout a day without being acknowledged about her physical body in some way, shape, or form, if that makes sense. Like we are acknowledged. Nobody cares if we're overweight. Nobody cares if we're short for real. Like it really doesn't matter. For women, that kind of affects them on a daily basis in a lot of ways. And in some cases, it affects their professional career as well. Because if a woman doesn't present in a certain way in certain professions, she's not going to get the same type of attention. So they're forced to look at their appearance a lot more than a man is. A man can walk around looking sloppy and be a millionaire. How many millionaires or wealthy women you see walk around looking sloppy? Like, just think about that. Think about that. That's a real. It's more accepted in a man's world than it is in a woman's world. That's why I say it's hard for me to say that. I don't know if it's like
Because-
they might be more insecure, but it might not be based off of them being insecure. It might be because of the world has taught them to be insecure about their body.
Their value come from beauty.
Exactly.
and their physique.
Not based off what we say, is just what the world's telling them. Hey, you need to look a certain way.
But let's dig into that a little deeper. It's not solely what the world telling
Just
them.
like our
It's-
value comes from being providers,
Mhm.
just like we're told we've got to do X, Y, Z. We're insecure when it comes to if we're not providing, We get insecure about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's our version of it. So our insecurity comes from a different space. Theirs comes from a different space. And that's why I was kind of hard. That's why I paused, because like I don't know what's worse. You know what I mean? Because I can argue both of them are really toxic.
Well, most men won't get violent if you say, "Hey, you broke. We're gonna figure out a way how to get money."
Yeah, I know some dudes.
It depends on who you.
I say I know some dudes
But
that.
to generalize, most will be like, "Let me figure out a way to make some more money."
No. I
But-
think you're wrong.
Well, hold on.
There's a lot of
No,
dudes
he
that are
right, he
scrubs
right.
on purpose.
That's
I'm
they're
telling you.
beta males and they're very insecure. But
There's
most
more of
men,
those. I think there's more of those than anything. I honestly believe that.
Now there are.
now they are.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's cultural, homie. Gender roles are cultural. That's why they evolve and all these things. What Lloyd attempts to address is the same thing that I see. See, we all see the same thing. It's what we're focusing on. At the end of the day, if you stripped away all expectations from society, you would still have these same patterns develop, and they would happen the same way, because from a spiritual level, women or men are designed to be a certain way. We dominate the physical realm, they the emotional realm. That's why everything, how we're built, all of this stuff. So once you
Go ahead.
no, go ahead, fam.
Who's more dangerous, an insecure woman or a beta male?
Beta male.
I agree.
White said
agree.
A beta male, because to me, a beta male, the most dangerous thing is a man who can't control his emotions.
Yeah.
But because a lot of men have a lot of influence and power, you know what I mean, over households, over organizations, over people. Not saying women don't, right? But men can really take hold of some damage. Like, but I think the way the world is set up, especially in America, you know, men are have more influence and power than women could ever have because of the way the system is structured. Not what I believe, just the way the system is structured. If that makes sense.
Elaborate just a little.
So
I actually think that's changed, but I'm asking that for a reason, because I do think there's this gray area to where it is right has been in the past, where it is now, and then where it ultimately is going. You know, certain things dominate way more than they ever have. So we're in a later stage of the information era, right? So you can legit go. You can influence your life heavily just off perception and narratives and things of that nature. Social media has hit a wave now to where you got women out there getting paid for being beautiful more than there's ever. You got men out there being paid for being like it's all these things. You understand where I'm going?
yeah.
To where it's kind of, you know. So yeah. What?
That's a good point. I'm trying to figure out a good example to drive home my point with that. I don't know. I'd have to sit with it for a second. It's just my initial thought is a beta male. I can't give a reason why. It's more to me. I'll put it like this. I feel like a man who isn't in control of his emotions is a very dangerous man. I really honestly believe that.
I agree.
Yeah, it is.
That's more dangerous than anything.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because it's.
Well, basically, it's a female and a male. I'm being honest.
No, 100%.
It's essentially, yeah, because he's going to do things like it's that's where you get deceit and things of that nature. Plus, you're a man, so your influence can still be you. And okay, I'm gonna say this. I really believe this. The same way that I absolutely believe a beta male is can be the worst thing, is also the way that a strong man will always be the best leader preference that you could have. It's symbolic almost. It's like when you have a man that can go out there and, like you said, be above his emotions, but also be because let's be real about it, man. Great men. That's actually what I want to say. Great men. They don't come a dime a dozen. A man that can transcend both emotion and the physical world. He can be whatever he needs to be, and right. That's something that great cultures are led by great men. Don't get it twisted. Women, they are beautiful and they have their place, and you need them. But at the pinnacle, men respond to, it'd be like, listen, I see how people, even in the corporate world, how they respond to female leaders. That's only the respect threshold is limited. Like when you have a strong man, that just means something to how people are perceiving that whole situation. They act differently because men have to combine best of both worlds. We got to be both tough mentally and spiritually. You understand what I'm saying? Or emotionally.
So I'll give you an example why I think women are a lot more important in some situations. For example, Martin Luther King, without question, I'd say one of the greatest leaders, African American leaders of our time, and he meant so much to the in some people. In some people's mind, the growth and the development in the positive direction for African Americans. Like on face value, forget what you individually think. On face value, he did a lot as far as putting out a vision of what the black culture should be and what it looked like and what we could be in America. But he wasn't perfect. He was a guy who had multiple women, and he dealt with multiple Caucasian women, and his wife knew about
That's probably why he wanted all of us to get together.
it. Yeah, you stupid.
But we got to keep this above. He was a he was a
White pussy
globalist. His
bleeding.
agenda wasn't. See, this is where it's nuanced because you got to really.
Hold on, let's
Yeah.
that's not my point. My point being is she knew about it. Most women will be selfish and make that about themselves. She was strong enough to realize that just because he did that does not mean my personal frustrations and not needs or upset. The reasons he upset with her was not bigger than the vision, than the goal of what the people needed, and they needed somebody to look up to and to reverence it in a way. You know what I mean? In my honest opinion, if she came out and made that a big issue at that time, I don't think we look at him the same way.
Lee, if you wasn't a one woman man, do you think your wife would tolerate you stepping out doing what you want to do?
No.
He get into the just.
Why his woman tolerates it?
So I think
It's kind of like Martin Luther King in a way.
no, the reason I think I honestly believe that some people are bigger than themselves. I think she recognized that Martin Luther King was bigger than himself. Like their relationship was not. It was very much a footnote on the bigger agenda. Now, for context, if I was doing something that dynamic, and that was going on in my relationship with my wife, I do think she would, because she also understands the bigger picture.
Lee's a
and things.
family man. It's different. He's even more of a family man than myself, and I think that's what makes it. She knows who she's dealing with, and vice versa. But to your point, because I thought this is important, especially based on what you were saying. I think women naturally, people don't understand, weakness and strength operate on the same spectrum. Somebody that's extremely weak in one area, that truly means they're strong in that area. My girl knows how the sacrifice that it takes to put. Trust me, because that shit is not a smooth ride. In certain ways, she's way stronger than I'll ever be. We recognize what, like you were just saying, and I think this is important. I truly believe this in my own thing. Now, I do think women are more hardwired to be able to make that sacrifice when it comes to, it's a reason why for most of the world throughout all of history, polygamy has been far more the norm than what it is in the societies that we know. Our worldview is shaped right now, but in reality, most women can easily handle their man doing whatever, you know what I'm saying, as long as he's doing his thing. Yeah, that's what it all comes down to. It's like if they perceive you to be doing your thing, and that just means whatever they were taught. My girl simply just don't. She ain't had no teachings. I gave them. I'm being honest.
That's hilarious.
But I'm not in a an egotistical way.
Yeah.
It's I have a vision. I have a vision,
of
and
course.
she was able to be empty enough to be able to guide. Kind of okay. This is what I'm trying to do.
Not even empty. It's about being submissive. That's really it.
Yeah,
It's about submitting to the right person.
Okay,
'cause you believe in that
You're right.
vision.
You're right.
My wife
You're right.
isn't a weak person. It never has been, never will be. But she believes in me, and she submits to what I want for the family, what I want for our future. Even if it doesn't make sense to her in that moment. There's been times where it didn't make sense to her, not like a negative way, just like she didn't see it or it didn't correlate. And even for me, in some situations where, hey, I didn't know how XYZ was going to happen, but we're going to make it happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or not even me, God's going to make it happen.